Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 83 of the San Marino Challenge. Now, today's episode, as you can tell by the title, it's a question of if we are going to be, well, essentially the new Invincibles. If we're going to be invincible in Serie A. Now, what that means, of course, is that you don't essentially lose a game throughout the league competition. As you can see right now, if we go into the league table, we are the champions, of course. We, found that out in the previous episode. However, we've played 37 games, won 32 of them, drawn 5, and lost none. We're on 101 points with 84 positive goal difference, which is, I think we've essentially broken all the records for Serie A this season. And essentially we can go even higher. So 104 points if we win today, 102 points if we draw, and if we lose, well, the dream of being invincible is gone for this season anyway. Our opponents today, Fiorentina, who have come last. They're in 20th position, cannot go above Pescara, and they are relegated. So they have literally nothing to play for. Obviously, we don't really have anything to play for, apart from the fact that we could be invincible. Anyway, let's go over the recent fixtures. Of course, the previous episode was the 1-0 victory in the TIM Cup final over Inter in extra time. We followed that up with a 6-2 result. We'd barely been able to score a goal for the last, 4 or 5 games. And then we score 6. Britos, Brambati, Nolascoin, Albani, and Famato with 2 goals. Ridiculous. Anyway, the next game was a 0-0 draw against Bologna. Couldn't find the back of the net once again. Attacking players, all pretty shocking. As you can see, Albani on a 6.4. And everybody else didn't really look very likely either. We then bounced back and managed to beat Juventus away from home 4-1. As you can see, Famato, Brambati with a brace at right back. I think he actually had a goal disallowed as well. So I think he might have got a hat-trick there if that goal was allowed. And then finally Viviani in the 92nd minute. The next game was a pretty tough one, actually, against Inter. A 1-1 draw at home. As you can see, Cervellini opening the scoring for Inter with an own goal. And then Ferretti, the 17-year-old right winger, who has essentially played every game, more or less, managed to get the equaliser 2 minutes later. Good stuff from him. The next game was a 2-0 victory over Sampdoria. Nolascoin and Pugh on the score sheet there. Pugh getting a goal off the bench. And the final game just played. One of our rival teams, Empoli, they took us to the limit once again. Could have caused an upset. We managed to beat them 2-1 away from home. Chanpalat opened the scoring. Former player was on loan at the club, Nicoli, managed to get the equaliser. Loves to pop up with a goal against us. And finally, we got a penalty in the 87th minute. And Sabir put that one away. And of course, that does leave us with the chance of going invincible. I've said invincible, I'll probably say it another 20 times throughout the episode. We have to win today. Or at least get a draw. We can draw. That's fine. If we lose, I don't even want to think about losing. Let's not even think about it. It's literally written in Football Manager that if you're about to go invincible and you verse the last place team on the final day of the season, FMBS can definitely come into it, and it could screw over everything. Anyways, today's starting lineup is going to be Ingvarsson in goals. Zaffarani, of course, the dual nationality right back. He's been coming off the bench a lot. Started 1 or 2 games as well. And of course, he did come on in the TIM Cup final. improving nicely. Um, Again, just really upset that he's choosing to reject San Marino in terms of his national team. Anyway, the two centre-backs are going to be Ivan and Cervellini, with Michelotti at left-back. Nolascoin is going to start today. Will be his final game for the club. Been a really, really good servant. We'll go over his details this season in a bit more detail after the game. But yeah, his contract's running out. We've just got too much quality in terms of youth prospects in the defensive midfield position that need game time, and they can develop and be better than him, if that makes sense. And we've also, paid somewhat decent fees for those youth players as well. Anyway, the midfielders in front of him are going to be Sokolik and Viviani today, and I'm kind of tempted to sell Viviani. He's valued at 52 million, 30 years old, going to be 31 fairly soon, and he's got interest from both Man City and Man United. So, thinking about doing it. Like I said, picked up a few injuries. He might be injury prone. And I mean, if you look at the stocks that we've got Sokolik, we've got Britos, obviously. Going down a little bit further, we've got Novi, who can always play there. We've got Petrocevic, Gora, even Terenzi. We've got Marcio, who literally can't even get a minute of game time. And then we've also got this guy, Gutheron, who probably will be a deep line playmaker in the defensive midfield position, although he can play centre mid naturally as well. Not just that, but we also have a free transfer Bosman coming in from PSG, who is, I would say, almost similar quality to Britos. He's an attacking midfielder, but I'm going to try and retrain him as a centre mid. So I think Viviani, despite being club captain and essentially one of the reasons as to why we, were able to transition so quickly into a top-level team in Serie A, I think it's time to move him on and really just cash in while he's still got a pretty good value. As you can see, you don't really want to leave it too long because values can sort of disappear over the course of the season. Anyway, Schmidt will be on the left wing, Ferretti will be on the right wing. Champalat just come back from injury. He did start the last game against Empoli. And, he's going to start here again today, despite not being match fit. The bench today is going to be Sogodogo, Sabir, Malin, Brembati, Brutos, Vitek, Pugh, Squizzato, Formato, Albani, and Cordon. Let's go. Let's do it, boys. Come on. It's been a goal for a couple of seasons now. Really wanted to finally get the unbeaten league season out of the way. Of course, we won the Champions League last season. Don't really want to talk about the Champions League this season. The only two games that we've lost so far, as Schmidt picks up a knock. Lovely. He's only just come back from injury himself, and he's picked up a knock, so he's going to be out, I assume, for a little bit of time. Formato, pretty good save there by their goalkeeper. But we do get the corner. Viviani can't get it past the first man. Sokolik now. Cervellini. That's the end of the highlight. And we have Nolascoin picking up a yellow card. Hopefully, he won't get sent off in his final game. That would be pretty anticlimactic, I would say. Anyway, we're playing quite a few youth players here today. Obviously, Ferretti's one of them. Now, that might be offside. I think it might be offside by Ivan. It was off the free kick, though, so maybe not. I'm not 100% sure. Might stand, actually. All the players are going back. Yeah, the goal is upheld. So Ivan gets on the score sheet. 1-0 up, and of course the assist goes to Ferretti, the young 17-year-old Italian right winger. It's an interesting one because he's really playing quite well and developing quite nicely as well. I've been looking at possibly signing a new right winger, but I'm guessing we might not have to, as he's just scored another goal. Second goal of the season for him. He's looking like a decent little prospect from our academy, so I'm pretty happy with that, but I wish he was San Marinese. Right wing is sort of a problem position in terms of the national team at the moment. We don't even have any sort of low-level academy players that play right wing. Anyway, Champlat's in behind. Tidy finish. And that's his 21st goal of the season. And we're 3-0 up as we are approaching half-time. And we'll continue with the changes there, as Champlat had picked up a yellow card just previously. It's been an interesting season. Overall, I think we've done obviously really well. I'm guessing we're going to be... I don't see us losing this game now regardless. So I think we're invincible, but the Champions League exit was... Well, I mean, you could tell from how angry I was in the episode. I don't know what happened. The team, during that stage, for some reason, they were just in like a rut. They were just playing so... Even in the league, we were still winning the games, but they were 1-0 victories, and we just weren't performing to the level or to the standard that, you know, the club has been accustomed to over the last five or six seasons. It's an interesting one because, you know, I don't know. I would have liked to have gone back-to-back Champions Leagues. I know that's quite difficult to do, but it was definitely the goal going into this season. And well, I mean, essentially I've accomplished another goal, and that was, of course, going invincible in Serie A. So I have to look at it as a positive. Anyway, we've got a penalty here. The ref's going to go to VAR, but I'm pretty sure our player did actually get tripped over. Yeah, it's a penalty. All right. Should be Formato taking it. I don't really know who else would take it because Sabir is on the bench. Anyway, Formato tucks it away in the bottom right-hand corner, and that's his 24th goal of the season. You know, he scored 24 goals, but he was probably the worst performer in both of those PSG games, in both legs. I'm pretty sure in one of the legs he got, a 5.9? And I think in the other one he got like a 6.2 or something. That type of performance just breaks my heart from a guy that is, well, he's a legend at San Marino. Definitely in my eyes. And it's just a tough one, honestly. I just keep thinking back to it. Despite how well we've done in the league, the Champions League is obviously, you know, the crown jewel of club football. Anyway, we'll make some subs here. One or two. Probably should have played Sogodogo, but you don't really want to risk a backup goalkeeper. We'll bring Malin on. Of course, he's going to be returning to Man City after his loan. And then we'll also bring Cordon onto the pitch as well, as his loan will also be finishing. And he'll be going back to Real Madrid. Ferretti with another pretty good opportunity before he does leave the pitch. And Cordon's already picked up a yellow card. Well done, mate. First minute on the pitch and he picks up a yellow. That's, I mean, he had a nice little chance there. And it hit the defender and goes out for a corner. And we have another corner. Okay. Go for the short corners, and Cordon and Cervellini puts the ball in the back of the net, and it's 5-0. There's a reason why Fiorentina's getting relegated, and they're last. And I think we know why. Sokolik has actually just picked up an injury. Essentially, I want to take him off. If I cancel that... No, it doesn't really do anything. Anyway. I've never actually known how to take a player off from the tactics screen. I'm not sure if you even can do it. I'm sure you probably can. But I've literally never known as Chan Palat's shot gets saved there by their goalkeeper. Anyways, like I said, last game of the season. Hopefully Sokolik's injury isn't too bad. And I'm not punished for not being able to take him off. For Marto there with a good tackle. Up to Chan Palat, Viviani, we're moving the ball really well. Cordon hits the post. Typical. Anyway, Cervellini's picked up a yellow card, but I think we're just going to leave it now. And there's 30 seconds left. And then the game will be over. In a really, good way to end the season as well. Really dominant performance. Albeit against the last place team. Come on, ref. Just blow the whistle. Put them out of their misery. Send them down to Serie B. Alrighty. Look at that. 39 shots, 16 on target. Ridiculous. Anyway, a very, very solid performance there. And I've just unlocked the achievement of Invincible. That makes me really happy. Really, really happy. And there we go. Sokolik's only out for 1 day. Schmidt's only out for 3 days. Marto got man of the match. And there we go, guys. San Marino Calcio finish season unbeaten. Managed to go the entire season without losing, winning an incredible 33 of their 38 games. Really good stuff. On the pitch, Formato finishes top goal scorer with 21 goals. Britos was arguably San Marino Calcio's best performer, and Ingvarsen kept 23 clean sheets. And yeah, Sabir hails me for the unbeaten season as well. Really, really good stuff there. Super happy. Just have a quick little look through here. As you can see, San Marino Calcio's total of 104 points accrued in this season is a new Serie A record. And yeah, record low number of league defeats. So I guess I don't want to know or say for sure, but I'm guessing we're the only team that has ever been invincible in Italy. In Serie A, I should say, in the top league. That's quite some achievement. And I'm very, very happy with that. Now, in terms of the club, the finances are obviously pretty incredible at the moment. Projection looks pretty horrendous, but as we know, for some reason it doesn't take into account certain, prize money and sponsorship money and stuff like that. Anyway, 422 million. Really good stuff. Anyway, let's get into some of the squad ratings. Of course, the best performer of the season was Formato. 24 goals, 15 assists for him, and a 7.84 average rating in 37 starts. And then next we have Ferretti, who only started 6 games with 1 sub-appearance. 2 goals, 3 assists for him, and a 7.70 average rating. Then behind him we have Cordon, of course, on loan. A very decent loan signing. He chipped in with 13 goals, 10 assists, and a 7.49 average rating. Behind him, interestingly enough, is Ivan, the centre-back. 42 starts, 6 goals, 2 assists to his name, and a 7.45 average rating. Now this next one is really interesting. Bram Batty, new signing in January. He's only 18-year-old Argentinian right back. 23 starts, 3 sub-appearances. Really big shoes to fill in terms of Yusufi leaving the club. 7 goals, 3 assists, and a 7.38 average rating, which was the same exact rating that Champlat got. He got 21 goals and 6 assists. Again, 7.38 average rating. Behind him, we have Michelotti with a 7.37, which is pretty decent. 51 starts and 3 sub-appearances for him with 4 goals and 3 assists. Behind him, we have Sabir with 41 starts, 7 goals, and a 7.36 average rating as well. I mean, if you look at it, I would say most of the squad averaged over a 7 match rating. Notable mention here to Nolascoigne. 30 starts, 4 sub-appearances, 2 goals, 2 assists, and a 7.20 average rating for the season, which I'm pretty happy with. 32 years old. You know, he's deteriorated quite a bit, which is one of the reasons why we're going to let him go. But to be fair, he's been a strong stalwart in the defensive midfield position. Signed him on a free transfer. And I mean, he actually got the same average rating that he got last season, which is pretty impressive, despite playing more games. So, yeah. Sad to see him go, but it's definitely time for us to move on and play some of the better players that we've signed recently, the better youth players. Another notable mention, of course, to Viviani, and he had 37 starts, 2 sub-appearances, 8 goals, 5 assists, and a 7.26 average rating for this season. Anyways, guys, that is going to wrap this episode up. We are invincible. We are the new Invincibles. And like I said, it was a goal I wanted to achieve. We've achieved it. But next season, I want to win the Champions League again. That has to be the overall goal. In terms of signings, like I said, possibly looking at a right winger. We're going to try and sell Viviani. I would like to get like at least 70 million out of him. Between 60 and 70, I think, is a pretty good price. And of course, City and United should have a lot of money to spend as well. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you could drop a like on the video, it'd be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell, and that should keep you up to date with these episodes coming out in the future. And apart from that, guys, take it easy and goodbye.